And a happy finally Friday. The Seattle Kraken exploded for 4 second-period goals and held on to beat Philadelphia 6-4 last night. They'll welcome Calgary into Climate Pledge Arena. That's a game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. You can see it on Kong TV. Here's a look at the college football schedule coming up this weekend. Washington State hosts Hawaii and Pullman tomorrow at 12:30 on CW. Eastern Washington is on the red carpet against UC Davis. That's at 4 o'clock on ESPN. ESPN Plus, I should say. Central Washington plays at Texas A&M Kingsville at 5 o'clock. Washington has a bye. Seahawks are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak in Atlanta Sunday. Seattle takes its 3-3 record into Mercedes-Benz Stadium against the 4-2 Falcons. That'll kick off at 10 o'clock on Fox. The Rams will host Las Vegas at 1:05 Sunday on CBS. The rematch of last year's Super Bowl is in Santa Clara, where the 49ers host Kansas City. That's at 1:25 on Fox. Arizona's hosting the Chargers on Monday Night Football. That's at 6 o'clock on ESPN. The Husky women's softball team is coming to Wenatchee. They'll play 2 games tomorrow at Wenatchee North Rotary Field on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. First game at noon against the Knights. Second game at 2 o'clock against Edmond CC. These games were originally scheduled to be played in Seattle, but the weather forecast forced them to move to Wenatchee. Again, that will be tomorrow. Well, battle of highly ranked volleyball teams went to the visitors last night in Ellensburg. The second-ranked Wenatchee Panthers overcame a first-set loss to top-ranked Ellensburg to win it 3-1. The Bulldogs took a back-and-forth opening set by a final of 25-23. Wenatchee came back to win the next 3 sets, 25-15, 25-15, and 25-18 to remain unbeaten on the season. Ellensburg dropped to 11-2 with the loss. Kashmir captured the SCAC regular season title with a 25-14, 16-10 win over Natchez Valley last night. Sela swept Quincy 25-7, 11, and 11. Ephrata topped Othello after losing the first 2 sets 3-2. Eastmont knocked off Sunnyside in 3 sets 25-9, 12, and 16. And after dropping the first set 26-24, how about Moses Lake? They beat West Valley in the next 3 sets 25-17, 26-24, and 25-14. Chelan swept Okanagan while Tonasket took care of Cascade in the small schools last night. Manson beat Brewster. Patera swept Garden City Academy. Cascade Christian topped Oroville 3-1. Wilson Creek also with a 3-1 win over Thorpe. On the soccer pitch last night, Quincy blanked Chelan 3-0. Tonasket took the regular season Central Washington League crown with a 1-0 win over Okanagan. Cascade beat Brewster 8-0. Pateras down Lake Roosevelt 3-1. Bridgeport beat Oroville 6-3. Kashmir won the regular season SCAC title by downing Natchez Valley by a final of 3-1. Well, it's homecoming night for the Wenatchee Panthers when they host the Davis Pirates. We'll have the game live on the NCWLIFE channel beginning with our pregame at 6:30. Coach Taylor Mitchell says they've had a good week of practice despite the potential for distractions during homecoming week.
I think it's been fine. I think the kids have been focused all week at practice. I think it's great for them to be able to go and enjoy different events during the week, and obviously this weekend with a lot of their classmates and peers. But here on the football field, I think the kids have done a good job of staying focused all week at practice and just worrying about football while we're out here practicing in the afternoons.
Wenatchee's coming off a loss on the road at West Valley last week, and Coach Mitchell says they need to shore up the line on both sides of the football and force Davis to be one-dimensional.
Defensively, we've got to make sure we tackle well tonight. Davis's running back's a big kid. He's a really strong runner. And offensively also, we got to be able to run the football also. I think that's one area where we struggled last week against West Valley is we weren't able to be balanced like we want to be. And so, controlling the line of scrimmage, I think will have an impact tonight as well.
Senior linebacker Logan Lamb says they've been working on their tackling technique this week to prepare for a load when they face Pirate running back Lance McGee.
Yeah, we just got to stay low. He's a very good running back. He's a big dude. Got to get low and get them ankles because if we try and hit him head on, he's going to run us over. So,
how do you practice for that with a guy like that? Because I don't know if you've got a running back. I mean, Finn's a good-sized kid, but it's different, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than any of the running backs here. Most of our guys are more shifty and small rather than just big and brute. But we've been working really a lot on staying low and attacking the ankles and lower tackles. So. that's how we've been preparing.
Davis and Wenatchee kick off here at 7 o'clock on the NCWLIFE channel. The big game of the weekend will be at Lions Field and Moses Lake tonight, where the Mavericks host Eastmont in a showdown for the top spot in the Big Nine. Wildcat coach Jay Foster says his defense will be tested by a very talented Moses Lake offense.
Guys are explosive, I guess is the best word to use for them. Been putting a ton of points up, and the quarterback they got is just, he's a special kid, and he's been special for the last couple of years. Unfortunately, I think not only this year, but we got him next year too. So yeah, he's a special kid. They do a lot of great things with him, and you know, we talked earlier in the year about I don't want to get into track meet, and that's the last thing I want to do in this game is get into a track meet. But it'll be fun. I like these games.
Eastmont forced Maverick quarterback Brady J to throw 4 interceptions a year ago. Foster says they'll have to try to fool him again tonight.
Yeah, the bottom line, we have to make him uncomfortable. We have to make him do things that he doesn't want to do. We have to show him ghosts. You know, get him to throw us the football for whatever reason. Our front has to be able to get to him, and we've been, you know, knock on wood, up to this point, we've been pretty good at getting after quarterbacks, and that has to continue. So, I mean, it's going to be a complete game because we can't let them be on the field for 80 snaps either. So we have to shorten the game, you know, on the offensive side of the ball by running the football, doing the things that we do, get the clock run down. We have to control the ball. You know, the more we can keep it out of his hands, the better chance we've got.
Eastmont and Moses Lake have been the top 2 teams of the Big Nine over the past few seasons. Junior running back Bodie Yale says the Wildcats have to limit their mistakes and keep their emotions in check.
It's going to take a lot of focus and patience because there's going to be some calls that don't go our way. It happens every year. But definitely patience and not like yelling and getting mad at everybody. It's definitely important because we don't want that 15 yards added onto like 3rd and 10, make it 3rd and 25, or get a first down maybe, you know, ruins it. Like that's why the Post Falls game, we really struggled with it because we had, over 100 yards and penalties. It's not going to win games.
Eastmont and Moses Lake kick off at 7 o'clock. Rest of the Big Nine finds West Valley at Eisenhower, while Sunnyside is hosting Hanford. CWAC play, Ephrata visits Toppenish, while Quincy is on the road at Grandview. Sela hosts East Valley. Prosser's at Othello. Ellensburg plays host to Zilla. Cashmere also celebrates homecoming tonight with Connell in town. Royals at Walook. Cowan Benton visits Wapato. Natchez Valley plays at College Place. Chelan visits Omak in Caribou Trail League play. Cascade is at Medical Lake for a non-league game. 2B football kicks off early. Okanagan already playing against Brewster. Bridgeport plays at Pateris. Liberty Bell hosts Lake Roosevelt at 7, while Tonasket is at Manson. The 1B games tonight, Entiat at Soap Lake at 7 o'clock. Easton hosts Clallam Bay tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Waterville Mansfield plays at Moses Lake Christian tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.